to the page, I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
From the glass in the mirror,
Yeah.
do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see the ass, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on that.
What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the performance review of the newly released Game 1 by Serious Player Only. Alright, so starting off with the traction on the Game 1 by Serious Player Only, they have labeled this Tire Traction Pattern, TYRE, and basically what this is a super deep grooved herringbone traction pattern, multi-directional may I add. So basically this is a high density rubber compound, and as you can see here right at the toe, it's pretty tightly knit, and then as you go down it does spread out quite a bit. And then at the heel, it kind of swoops across right here. So as far as indoor use, I played on the dirtiest of dirty 24 floors and some really clean, like college level floors with this shoe. And this traction pattern is great on all surfaces. I actually brought these outside as well and they did fantastic. That is what they're kind of saying what this traction is good for, is indoor or outdoor. Basically, any surface, it doesn't matter, this traction pattern will do a great job. And as far as I've tested out so far, I've spent about 14 hours in these since last Thursday. Every day I've put in a few hours and the traction pattern has been amazing. There really is no wear and tear on this traction pattern at all yet. It is very thick, very deep, and pretty wide set throughout. But overall, one thing I did notice is it has no squeak. So there is no feedback when it comes to this rubber compound and traction pattern setup, but that does not affect it because it does grip the floor very well. I wouldn't say it's absolute top tier elite traction pattern, but it's just under that in my opinion. So as far as the traction goes on the Game 1, I think all court surfaces, you are going to be good to go. There really was no sliding out. I did wipe it out of habit every 5 or 6 plays, but overall this traction pattern was good to go on all court surfaces, like I said. So as far as the traction pattern goes on the Game 1 by Serious Player Only, I'm gonna have to give this a very, very stellar 9 out of 10. So as far as the cushioning setup on the Game 1 from Serious Player Only, it does have some pretty decent impact absorption. So on the outside, you actually do have a midsole on this one versus the Player 1 not having an outer midsole. It just has the drop-in midsole. On this one here, you are getting an EVA or Phylon midsole on the outside, and it does offer some nice step-in comfort. It does wrap all the way around. And then on this guy right here, as far as the drop-in, you're just getting one option with this when you do purchase these, and you are getting the quick option, which is basically a full-length Phylon drop-in midsole. They do call it Evenlon Light, and then it does say quick system right here, and it does offer some nice impact protection directly underfoot. So you're basically getting a dual setup for foam of Phylon, the drop-in, and then the actual portion on the outer midsole. And overall, I would say it's adequate as far as impact protection. I'm about 210 pounds and I really had no issues with this setup right here. So if you're a lighter point guard or a shooting guard, I do think you'll be good to go. If you're a heavier player, I would recommend investing in their strength or their support setup right here. So the strength setup does have some additional foam layers. They do call it Popcon. And then they do have this really soft blue portion of foam here at some targeted points at the heel and the forefoot. So that is just offering some extra impact protection in the strength. And then the support is more or less the exact same, but it just has that support plate for that lateral movements, for those lateral movements and hard cuts. You're gonna get some extra support with the support drop-in midsole. So if you're a bigger player, I would say invest in one of those two options. But overall, I really had no issues. I only tested this shoe out with the quick system right here because I wanted to test it out with what the consumers were gonna be playing in right out of the box. And I will say it's an adequate setup, but I do think I would like the strength drop-in midsole in this shoe just a little bit better than the stock one. But overall, the heel to toe transition was very smooth. You do have that dual layered foam, so I didn't have any issues with that. So as far as the cushioning goes on the Serious Player Only Game 1, I'm going to have to give it a pretty decent 8 out of 10 with the quick setup. I do think it would score just a little bit higher with the strength or the support. So do keep that in mind. If you are a bigger player, a center, or a bigger shooting guard, I would say invest in one of these two right here. So as far as the materials go on the Game 1, you are getting a mesh upper. They are calling it a TPEE plus TPU mesh. So basically what you're getting is this mesh material right here with this kind of woven TPU wire running through it. And it does remind me a lot of the Nike LeBron 20. Those have a kind of TPU wire running through it as well, kind of like a fish yarn, and this has exactly the same thing. So what you're getting with this upper is a very strong and very durable upper, yet it's very breathable. So I really enjoyed my time as far as the materials go on the Game 1. And then right around the eye stay, you are kind of getting a synthetic nubuck material right here on both sides that does wrap around to the heel. So nothing premium, but it just works on foot. And I was very surprised at how lightweight this upper is, but how strong and breathable it is as well. So I'm really liking with what Serious Player Only is doing with this upper here on the Game 1 in the Spider colorway. But let me know what you guys think. I think they've done a fantastic job at keeping this at a great price point. They are 138 USD, so I think it's a great price point. Also on the toe box right here, you do have this Fuserand right here for some extra durability and support for those toe offs. So overall, you're kind of getting a mixture of materials with some of the old nubuck materials, some really strong TPU infused mesh with that fuse at the toe. So overall, I really enjoyed my time as far as the materials go on the Serious Player Only Game 1. So as far as the materials go, I'm gonna have to give these a very solid 9 out of 10. So as far as the weight goes for the Game 1 from Serious Player Only, this is a size 11, and these do come in at 15.4 ounces. So all things considered, in my opinion, they're not heavy at all, and they definitely don't feel heavy on foot. Comparing that to some of their other models, I do have the 2022 version of the Player One in the pink. This is their lightest model to date at 12.4 or 12.45 ounces. And then the Player One 2023 come in at 13.85 ounces. And then lastly, the Player One Plus come in at 14.2 ounces. So overall, all of these shoes are pretty lightweight, but if you're looking for the lightest one to date, you're gonna have to go back to the 2022 version of the Player One. So as far as the fit goes in the Game 1 from Serious Player Only, I will say go true to size if you want like an ultra, and I mean ultra snug fit, like 1-to-1 toe basically at the end. I'm usually a 10.5 or 11. I got these in an 11 and my toe is like right at the end of the shoe. There is no room for any movement within the shoe. It is like a straight jacket on your foot. So if you do like about a thumb's width at the end of the shoe, I would say go up a half size. If you're a wide footer, I would say go up half a size to a full size here in the Game 1 because it is a straight jacket-like fit. And I enjoyed it in my usual size 11 within this model. One thing I will mention right off the bat with the fit is I did have a little bit of heel slippage in this model. And after the materials broke in, that was for about the first hour or so in this shoe. And after the materials broke in, I did adjust the laces because I did have them tied just up to the second last eyelet. And what I did is I skipped the second last eyelet and went right to the last one here at the back. And that really just pulled my heel in at the back of the shoe a little bit more. And then that problem went away as far as the heel slippage goes. Overall though, it is a very snug 1-to-1 fit. So refer to my sizing for that. As far as the tongue, you do have a half booty construction tongue. So it is connected from about right here all the way down and then free flowing at the top right here. And it is very padded at the heel, and at the tongue. There is a ton of padding within this. So again, the fit, there really is no movement within this shoe at all. So I really enjoyed my time in the Game 1 from Serious Player Only. Just to compare it a little bit, I did go with a size 11 in all of their other shoes, but this shoe right here had the most movement within from a fit standpoint. The 2022 model from the Player 1, the 2023 and the Player 1 Plus was a very snug fit. So I enjoyed what they did with the fit on those two models. But the heel slippage was a little bit annoying, but I did find a fix for it. So as far as the fit goes in the Game 1, I'm gonna have to give these an 8 out of 10, because for most people, if they don't know how to fix the heel slip issue, it might be a bit of an issue, but for me, I was able to fix it pretty much right off the bat, and then everything after that was fantastic as far as the fit goes. So as far as the support goes on the Game 1, just before I get into it on this model, I have said in the past, as far as low top basketball shoes, the LeBron 20 was the most supportive low top basketball shoe to date. And I do think that it's now second place to the Game 1. What they did with this shoe as far as the support goes is just amazing in my opinion. So starting at the back of the shoe, you do have this external TPU heel counter. It's very rigid, like you really can't bend it at all, and it really locks your heel in place at the back of the Game 1. Now moving your way down from that, you do have this mesh TPU fused material right here, and it does break in nicely and become very pliable, but it's just super supportive on those hard lateral cuts. You're gonna have no issues with this material having any give to it at all. Moving your way down from that, you do have this TPU midfoot clip, and basically what that's doing is offering some really good lateral support on those hard lateral cuts, because your foot is sitting within this midsole and this TPU clip, and as well as that drop in midsole. That drop in midsole goes up to right about here, so your foot is sitting within the shoe as well. So this shoe right here has a ton of support as far as the upper and that clip goes. Now moving down from that, you do have this outrigger right here. So as you can see, it does flare out. So as far as landing awkwardly or maybe on someone's foot, that's gonna help and try and prevent your foot from teetering over and spraining your ankle. Moving to the bottom of the shoe, this forefoot is very wide and very stable with that outrigger right here. So I don't think you're gonna have any issues as far as the base of this shoe goes. And then lastly, this shoe does have a carbon fiber shank plate. You can kind of see it poking through right there. It does run through the midfoot right here, so that's offering some great torsional rigidity at the midfoot, while the forefoot still has great flex. So overall, the support features in the Game 1, in my opinion, are unbelievable. A larger player is going to be able to play in this shoe no problem, but it still has that forefoot flex at the forefoot for smaller guards or slashers alike to play in this shoe comfortably. So as far as the support goes, I'm gonna have to give it a perfect score of 10 out of 10. I've had no issues with it so far with about 15 hours of use, and I'm gonna continue playing with these. So that's gonna do it for today's video on the Game 1 from Serious Player Only. Do I think there is some room for improvement with the fit? Yes, but overall this is a fantastic shoe for smaller players up to the centers and power forwards. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these aesthetically. I think they're pretty cool looking. Again, that black and yellow colorway is very striking on court. They also offer a lavender colorway, kind of a light purple, that they just dropped as well. So you can get these over on their website for $138 USD. I would say branch out, try something different. You will not be disappointed. Just keep in mind the fit is a little bit different on this shoe, as far as if you want a bit more room in that toe box, go up a half size. That's gonna do it for today's video. As I said, thanks for watching. If you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that does help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk. It is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.